So pushing the record button. All right. How is everybody today, first of all?
Great.
Good.
Good? Everybody good? Tristan, it's fine. You can either stay on mute or go back and forth as long as you're hearing us. You're good. No problem at all. If you need to stay on mute, that's fine. I saw you come on and off of mute. Well, what we're going to talk about today is the Web TV episode 11. Hopefully, all of you got a chance to watch it. Did everybody at least see it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. It makes it go a lot faster, especially we don't have to spend 15 minutes of our 40 minutes watching the video that everybody's seen. So I'm going to share my screen. Give me a half second here. Shouldn't take too long. Everybody let me know when it pops up and you can see my screen. Probably
I can see.
Zoom, and I need to take this presentation back to the beginning. All right, so you should see Avon, what's happening in Avon Web TV episode 11, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, then we are ready to go. What's hot in campaign 6 and 7? For those that have seen, and it sounds like all of you have seen the web episode, and it can be things that were brought up in the web episode or just things that you've seen in the campaign 6 and 7 brochure. But what are some products that you saw that you're most excited about in campaign 6 and 7?
The new and new.
Have you used it?
No, I just ordered it, so.
Oh my goodness, you are going to love it. Seriously, I don't think I have ever loved a new product as much as I love this one.
Yeah.
My skin, and I've heard it from several managers. I didn't do it for you today. I do have makeup on, but I've heard from several managers that they have done the no foundation look after, and I actually almost considered it today because my skin is looking that good. I could actually go without the foundation. It's very smooth. It feels very smooth. The wrinkles are disappearing. I don't even have the targeted treatment yet.
That's what I was going to ask you if you tried that also.
I haven't even gotten the target treatment. I'm going to get that in my next order. I should have ordered it this last time, and just I guess I thought I had it from the manager shipment and just didn't have it. So I didn't get a chance to try the targeted, but those that have, amazing. So I'm very excited. So I totally agree with you on that one. Outside of Tristan, that's new. Have any of you not committed any of the new clinical, even 1 bottle, 2 bottles, either on the commitment form or in what's new? Anybody not at least got 1 bottle of it?
I have 1.
If you've got 1, you've at least got your testimonial, and I don't advise over buying. Level 1 is a great level. If you have 2 to 3 skincare customers that you know sell this to, 3, just a little under 2 pays, or just a little under 3 pays for it. So a little over 2 pays for it, or under 3. So if you get if you've got 3 customers that you can sell it to, or yourself and 2 customers that you can sell it to, level 1 is perfect because you get the additional bottles. But I definitely would not encourage anyone to overspend or overindulge in any one product. But this is definitely one that we can get behind and support. So.
And Sheila, I like the try it letter that you sent along in that file.
Yes.
Whether you use that one or kind of redo it for your own. Something like that with all these incentives we get. And I'm planning on bagging mine up real cute with a little letter and making it kind of special. Because if you have skincare customers, this is a great way to try that.
Yes. Yeah, I really liked that letter. It was a little different twist on the home trial than we've done in the past.
Yeah.
I can't remember which manager kind of came out with that, and then we kind of tweaked and put it together. And like you said, you can take it and tweak it for the different situations that you have.
Right.
But yeah, anytime you can do a home trial, because they can try it and see. I can't imagine anybody not loving it, but
Well, especially if it's your targeted and new customers, 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to keep it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's a great way to market these skincare products. Any other products besides? I know that was the biggie because we're all excited about that one. Any other products? I think go into 6 and 7 that you guys are excited about.
A lot of products in the new Avon Living.
We can definitely jump to that because that is actually our.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm going to flip through a few slides, see if it triggers anything. How about the new Daydream cologne?
That smells good, yeah.
Here are the notes on the Daydream cologne for anybody that needs to see the particulars on that. The Immortelle flower, the gardenia, the sandalwood. It is in the same line as Today, Tomorrow, Always. So there is some crossover from the Today scent to the with the orange flower into the new Daydream. So that's there to kind of show you the crossover between the two and how they relate to one another. Both floral scents. So if people like those Today, Tomorrow, Always scents, then they would be your customers that may also enjoy picking up this Daydream. What are some ways that we can sell the Daydream? Any ideas on sampling?
Sampling, you can do the same thing. You can do a try it.
You can, absolutely. I know, Debbie, you probably remember, I know Susie Calvin's great idea, and Bonnie too, both of them on the flowers.
Flower on the pins.
Yes, the flowers on the pins. Sandra and Tristan, who may not have seen that. I actually have one here. Can you see my pin there?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And also the flower petals you can get at the Dollar Tree. Same thing.
You can get these flower petals at the Dollar Tree, Walmart, anywhere, and just you get a big bunch of silk flowers and just pull off the individual petals. You only need, in fact, this one's not glued down together real well, so I can kind of pull it apart and show you. It was let me get it in the camera. There we go. It's basically just a little bit of the stem here. You pull the top of the pen out. You get the cheap pens with the little black flip tops on them or blue. Flip that out. You can melt the top with, that's what we did, Debbie. I remember now.
Candle.
Initially when Bonnie showed us these, we took the tops out. Then we found out, and that's why this one's kind of coming apart. We found out through Susie's trial and error that if you leave the top in and you take a candle and light the end of the black pen or blue pen, the little end, it will kind of melt it down and just enough to stick that stem through.
Okay.
Stick the stem through, and you've got the stem in there. Then you wrap the floral tape around the pen just to make it kind of look nice.
Yeah. You do Christmas too. We did one at Christmas.
Yeah, here's another. Oop.
Yeah.
Yep, there's another one. Oh, Debbie's got hers.
Yeah.
And then you just spray the petals with the scent. And you use the pens when you're filling out your order forms or or they're filling out, you leave them for them to use if you've got places where you leave order books with brochures.
Okay.
For these pens with the scents.
Or events if you set up a table somewhere too.
Yes, absolutely. So that's a great way to sell fragrance without having to spend any money in sampling. You're buying one bottle, you're trying it, you can spritz it for your customers, and then you have the pens and it's the actual scent. Sometimes with the samples, it's a little harder to get that real scent unless you get the actual liquid samples. So, so this is a really nice way to get that without spending extra money. Something else I was going to add about scents, but if I think of it, we'll come back to it because there was something else there. We talked about clinical. I think we pretty much covered the how it works and what we're seeing in that. So we're going to skip quickly through these slides and get to where Debbie wants to go, the Avon Living. We all want to go to the Avon Living. What are some great sales in here? Here's some pictures. You might tell me some things you like.
There's some plates I liked. The blue and white, I don't remember what they're called.
Got the brochure raw.
I liked everything in there pretty much.
Right?
The bowls on the back are really pretty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they are. Those are cute, the flower bowls.
Yeah.
Here on the back.
The Azul collection, that's on page 20. I thought those were pretty.
Page 20 in the what's new? Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
like those.
These here. Kind of hard to see with my.
Uh-huh.
But what are some ways that we can sell the Avon Living?
Demos, and get them in and show them. Or if you have an event or have a party, you can have a little spring tea or something or party. And
Has anybody had or does anybody have? Because that was actually one of the ideas, was having a party with the Avon Living. Has anybody had a party or thinking about having a party with the Avon Living?
no, I have an event in July.
Any thoughts on having a party or if not a party, and I know, because I do know there are some situations where parties are not feasible right now for some of you.
Yeah.
What about videos? You get the demos in and you video and send videos out to your customers about what you like about
That's a good idea.
about the products. Yeah, I think and I don't do videos enough. I'm going to do more videos for you guys because I've noticed when I do videos or when we do a Zoom meeting like this, somewhere where you can see, it brings more life to what's going on. So I'm going to focus this year on doing more videos than I have done in the past, and doing more meetings like this where we can actually sit together and share. So I think videos are a great way to get it out to our customers because they're all so busy. But if you put something in a video, people tend to watch it. They'll click the video on Facebook, but they'll scroll through all the posts. Videos, they want to see what's really going on. So videos are a good way. And Avon themselves, if you are not friends, but if you subscribe to the Avon YouTube channels, they have some videos already made for you that you can share out on Facebook. I think Sandra's our Facebook guru. Oh, she's the one I go to when I need things posted on Facebook. I'm like, hey, Sandra, I'm out today. Can you handle that? Because we all have our strengths. And Debbie, I know you to be our event person. She likes to do the events. And
I like to set up, yeah.
Debbie's definitely the event person. Sandra's our social media person. And it's good to have that variety within our group because we can share ideas. I would like to see a lot more sharing on our Facebook group. I think we have some sharing, but I would like to see a lot more sharing because I know that you guys are doing things and promoting things. And if you're getting results from something that you're promoting or something that you're doing, share that. I actually had somebody email me today that said they did a lipstick party in conjunction with another business. I guess they're in two direct selling companies, but they did the lipstick portion. And she was describing, I don't want to take away the thunder because I do want her to post it in her own words out on Facebook for us. But basically she sold quite a few lipsticks with this. And so anything that's successful like that, because let's face it, there's far more people out there than there are Avon representatives. We're not really in competition with one another. We're all out there to help each other and build this business up because we could all every one of you could make six-figure incomes. The
Mhm.
potential is definitely there. It's just supporting each other. And one of the things that I have found from my experience in this dynamic remote world is that we as district sales managers are really sharing and being more partners than I have seen in any other division, especially in the traditional world, because I think in the traditional world, we're all out busy doing our own things in our own districts with our own people, whereas in the remote world, we're here and we're tied to our home offices and our computers. And so we reach out to each other to share ideas, because that's what we're doing all day, is sharing ideas on Facebook and phone calls and meetings. So learning to do that with each other, I think, is really going to be key to everyone moving our businesses. Of course, we have kids. Still have our kids stuff. Has anybody seen the interactive puppy?
No, just on the web episode.
Right. And nobody's purchased it yet to tell me how it is?
No.
Okay. 'Cause I thought that was a cute little add-on. Easter baskets. I thought that would be a cute little add-on for Easter baskets.
Jessica's going to order one of the puppies for her son, so I can see if she can post video of it.
Perfect. Hey, did Jessica ever get her Batman walker for her baby?
I don't think she has.
We got to work on it. That was her goal. I remember that was her thing when she was on the first new representative meeting that Lori had, and that was her thing. So you notice in my comments, when I comment on things, I'm always asking, and she hasn't come back to me yet. So I was kind of wondering.
Yeah, I'll have to check with her. I know she bought Batman watches and she's gotten a lot of other stuff, but I don't think she's gotten the walker yet, but I'll check with her.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's go on down. Incentives and rewards. Let's see, Debbie's in leadership, Sandra's in leadership, and we can introduce Tristan to the Leadership Recruiting Challenge. This is running campaigns 4 through campaign 6. If you have 3 qualified new recruits, and a qualified new recruit means that they are placing a $100 order in their first campaign and, of course, paying for it. Then you have 3 of them, you get an additional $100 in addition to the regular rewards. So for those of you who have been on the previous Zoom call and seen the 205 Club is what we called it, you can actually earn $35 per recruit plus the additional $100, making your total $205 for those 3 recruits, campaign 4 through campaign 6. Of course, right now we're ending this. This is the end of this. We're going into campaign 6. So if you want to get in on this today, tomorrow would probably be the day that you want to get them started and get them signed up. And think about who would be interested in earning that extra money and what they would do with that additional income. Also in campaign 6 though, and I don't think that's in this slides, it'll probably be in the next slides. In campaign 6 begins the new Journey to Gold. So actually, if they sign up in 6, not only are you eligible to earn the $35 for their first order, they continue to place those first 4 orders of $100. They're earning 40% each of those first 4 orders, and you're earning $35 for their first order and $10 for order number 2, 3, and 4.
And that's this one, right?
Yes, for a total of $65.
Yeah.
So that changes that $35 to $65 per recruit.
Okay.
So it's getting more and more lucrative to do that. This is for executive leaders, so we'll skip over that. And then, in addition to your new recruits getting 40% earnings, they also have the opportunity to play the same sweepstakes campaign 5 through 8 to win the Mercedes, as do you and all current representatives. All current representatives, whether they are new representatives up to top sellers, all leadership, everybody gets to play in the anniversary sweepstakes. And there are prizes besides the car. There's also a $100 free shipping. 100 people that would receive free shipping for 1 year, 10,000 Avon branded items, and finalists that will receive the Tiffany keychain. So there's lots of good products and incentives, even besides the car, that you're playing for there. Any questions on that? Everybody's seen the anniversary sweepstakes?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think I've posted several times that incentive and where you get the points from, or the entries from.
Mm-hmm.
This is a plan, obviously, to get to President's Club and to get your downline to President's Club. So if you don't have a downline yet, and you're looking to get your orders to President's Club level, President's Club is 10,000 per year, campaign 1 through campaign 26, and you need approximately $400 in sales per campaign to get there. So this is a simple plan. 20 customers placing $20 orders every 2 weeks will get you a $400 order every 2 weeks. Obviously, every customer is not going to order every campaign, so we need more customers. You may need 40 customers. You may need 60 customers, but that's the basic plan to get you there. I'm going to skip on through these because I know that those of you in leadership already know what it takes to get to each one of those levels. I'm going to come off, oh no, I'm not. I'm going to share another thing. I'm going to go ahead and share that extra activity that I promised you guys. If you will grab a piece of paper, if you already have one in front of you, taking notes and talking about all the things that we've shared. If all of you will go on mute for just a moment, because we're getting lots of paper shuffling and noise. I want to make sure everybody can hear. This exercise is called the 40 by 4 equals 40 by 4. 40 prospects in 4 minutes will lead you to 40% earnings for 4 campaigns. So this is something that you would want to share with new representatives coming in. However, I have found, because I've done similar things to this, for those that have been around for a while, you know that we have in the book, in your starter book, the Who Do You Know list. There, where we talk about who are your friends and family that you know that might be interested in ordering Avon from you, or who might be interested in starting their own business, yada, yada. This is basically the same thing with a twist on it, because it actually has you think about these different categories in your life and write down these names. So we're, and what I've found when I've had to do this in the past, even after 3 or 4 years of selling, when I get away from this and I actually just write down the names, I actually come up with more customers that I haven't reached out to in a while. It may even be somebody that was on my previous list that I just haven't thought of in a while. So take the next 4 minutes. It's 11:27, so we'll take until 11:31, 32, 4 or 5 minutes, and write these down. So the first one, and literally just the first names that pop into your mind, just write them down. 4 relatives, then 4 friends, 4 coworkers, 4 neighbors, 4 places you do business, 4 people from your church or some organization you belong to, 4 people from clubs that you belong to, extracurricular activities, 4 names from your phone, 4 electronic friends that maybe you only see them on Facebook or text them. 4 people that you know through your children. If you don't have children, just 4 other people that come to mind. And 4 out-of-state relatives. And I'm going to be quiet and let you write down for 4 minutes. I need some music playing in the background. There's my free meeting will end in 10 minutes. About 2 more minutes. All right, did everybody get a good number of prospects written down? Okay, we can come back off mute so I can hear everybody. Yay.
Couldn't finish it all. It's just too much. Yeah, I got several though.
But it gets a good start. So what you want to do is you want to encourage, and you want to continue, you want to do this for yourself, because like I said, you will think of people that you haven't thought of maybe in a while, or haven't approached in a while, or, oh, why haven't I talked to so-and-so? Just lives next door, those kind of things that will pop in your head. But this is an exercise, and you want to go through the exercise and give the person time to write down the 40 names. The idea behind 4 minutes, it may or may not be long enough to get the 40 names written down. But the idea behind the 4-minute is that it's not something you want to really sit there and analyze. Oh, do I want to, it's not about, do I want to talk to this person? Or for those of us who have been in Avon for a while and have the experience, that's what we tend to think about. We tend to think, well, have I approached them? Do I, how would I approach? This is just about putting the names out there. So just who comes to mind? Who are 4 relatives? It doesn't, you're not thinking yet, how does it apply? Just 40 names. Get the 40 names down. So let's take, for instance, who wants to share one of their relative names? Pick a relative.
I have an aunt that lives in Antioch. She's kind of far away and she's older and she doesn't do stuff on the computer. So,
okay.
So it's harder to connect with her.
Right. So her name is?
Rachel.
So you've already told me a little bit about Rachel, because what I would say is I would see Rachel's name on that list and I would say to you, so Debbie, tell me a little bit about Rachel. Well, you kind of just did. You basically said she lives in Antioch. She's a little older, doesn't do a lot on the computer, so she's kind of hard to connect with.
Right.
Does she like Avon products? Does she know Avon products?
Somewhat, yes. She's not one that goes out and buys a lot of beauty products or products for herself.
Okay. What kind of products does she buy that you know of? Buys shampoo, maybe?
Yeah, well, yeah, she'll buy the basics probably. Yeah.
So she would probably make a good customer, and she would be one that if she's not yet introduced to Avon or doesn't have her favorites, that you could introduce the basic daily care. She would be perfect for the daily care collection. If you were a new representative, that would be somebody, hey, you want to talk to her about that daily care collection because those are basic products. Okay, somebody else. Somebody with a friend. Who's got a friend? Sandra, you got a friend?
Yes.
What's a friend's name?
Dawn.
Dawn. So tell me about Dawn.
She is single. She lives in South Carolina. She could use some additional income. She's not real computer savvy, but she has a lot of friends.
Nice. So she's very connected. So she sounds like someone. Do you know what her needs are? I mean, she needs income, but what does she need it for? How can you connect with her?
For her grandbabies.
Her grandbabies.
For the grandbabies.
There you go. So she would be one that we could talk to about spoiling those grandbabies and how to get a little extra income to spoil them with, and to be able to purchase products for those grandbabies at a discount.
Sure.
Yeah. Have you talked to her yet?
I have.
Okay. She's not computer savvy, so she's not on Facebook or stuff like that, or she is?
She is a little bit, but just a very little bit.
Gotcha. Would she be, or would you be interested? Would she be one that we could do maybe a 3-way call with? Would she be interested in hearing more about it?
She might. I could check with her.
Okay.
I think she's just a little nervous about getting started.
Okay. Because if we can identify those objections, then that's something that we could overcome to try to get her added to your team. Because I know you're trying to build your team, and you're working towards, and you've been working hard. So, and it sounds like she has a reason. So the whole point in this exercise, that's a couple of examples, and they were actually good examples because one led me one way and one led me the other. Prospects is a scary word. In fact, we're trying to come up with, if anybody has any ideas for what to name this besides 40 by 4 equals 40 by 4. The concept is nice, but prospects seem scary to me if you don't know what prospects are. Prospects are nothing more than people you come in contact with that could potentially be a customer or could potentially be a recruit. But if I say to a brand new person, place 40 prospects on this list, they're going to look at me like I have 2 heads.
It's daunting. It seems daunting to them.
Yes, it does. And, even to us, we're sitting here, she wants me to come up with 40 people.
I would get that with the other list when we do a sign up.
Yeah. So this is a new way of thinking about it. I love the activity. I really hope that you guys will take it and try it.
Yeah.
Because I really think it does. If nothing more, if you get a self sign up and they sign up online, their first activity you do with them this is an easy one to do over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And they can fill out this list, take a picture of it for you and send it to you. And then you can discuss back and forth. Well, tell me about so-and-so. Tell me about Rachel. Tell me about Dawn. Tell me about Susie, from those lists, and help that new representative or even that existing representative to see that's $35, that's $65, that's you connecting this person with something that means something to them. It can't be all about you. However, it will be about you when you make it about them. So if we can talk to Dawn, and Dawn, we can connect with her why, and she wants to have money to spend with her grandchildren, and we can show her how Avon will give her the money to spend that time and money on her grandchildren, and she signs up,